Episode-2. Caught red-handed. Early morning, Rachel's alarm rang loudly. Rachel woke up with a start. Throwing back the covers, she jumped off the bed while her eyes were still almost closed. However, both her legs were aching and limp, causing her to plop down on the floor. She landed right on her buttocks. She opened her eyes, half-consciously, and the first thing she saw was an expensive Persian carpet. She was confused for a moment when a realization suddenly hit her. She had married her Prince Charming. After sitting on the floor and taking some time to digest the fact, she picked up her cell phone to turn off her alarm. Subconsciously, she opened Instagram and took a glance at the Explore section. She would have never expected that the 4 impactful words, "Actor Joshua's secret marriage," would meet her eyes. Rachel's eyes almost popped out of her sockets in shock, and she was immediately wide awake. After she saw the content of the Instagram post clearly, her hand trembled and she almost dropped her phone. It was only last night that Joshua had warned her to keep their marriage a secret, but why was there a great uproar now? Would he mistakenly believe that it was her who leaked the news out? Joshua. Anyone who had interacted with him would know that he was a scary man. If you would offend him, the consequences were dire. Knock, knock. Someone was at the door, and it did not take Rachel long to realize it was the caretaker's stern voice. "Madame, sir's call." The voice made her heartbeat anxious. It was indeed true that whatever you were afraid of always comes true. She bit her delicate red lips and could not care less about the aching pain all over her body. She quickly put on her clothes and walked down to answer the phone. Taking a deep breath, she then used a soft and gentle voice to greet the caller. Joshua's ice-cold voice floated over the phone. "I actually thought you were an obedient person." Sure enough, he did not trust her. She slightly tightened her grip on the phone. Her heart felt as if it were being prickled by a needle, and the pain she felt was almost physical. To him, she was merely a childbearing tool. Thus, when trouble struck, the first person he doubted was her. "It wasn't me, Mr. Taylor. Please think about it. The money you have given me, you can also take away at any time you please. Why would I do something so stupid as to sabotage myself? You can go ahead and investigate. If the results show that this has anything to do with me, I will accept whatever punishment comes my way." Rachel paused for a moment to take hold of her feelings and replied in a calm voice. Although she spoke with confidence, she still felt unsure about herself after she ended with the justification. The person on the other end of the phone remained silent, and it made her uneasiness increase by the second. She was not sure if Joshua would trust her. After a while, Joshua finally replied, "I will check. However, if the reporters managed to capture and identify you as Miss Taylor," the threatening tone he used triggered Rachel, causing her to immediately respond without any tinge of hesitation. "If that happens, I will pack up and I'll leave on my own accord. I do not wish to come by any trouble caused by you in the future. Don't worry, The simple words and menacingly cold tone urged Rachel to express her thoughts. But before she was able to finish her sentence, he slammed the phone and hung up. Rachel's words hung in midair as she stared at her phone in shock. This man was so ruthless. It did not conform to his image as the Prince Charming of many. After hanging up the phone, Rachel mindlessly drank the milk the caretaker had brought in and rested for a while. After a while, she put on a hat and went off to work. As the news broke out, her intuition told her that there would be reporters camping outside. Choosing to be safe, rather than sorry, she thus decided to leave through the back door. She only walked out of it after observing the area and ensuring that everything was normal. However, when she just stepped out of the door, a few reporters suddenly appeared out of nowhere and surrounded her. They were repeatedly exclaiming, "Miss Taylor!" This bunch of reporters had really appeared out of nowhere, catching Rachel off guard.